What's up, family? This is Jason Andrew Wrobel from jasonwrobel.com. That's W-R-O-B as in baybay, E-L.com. Here with a fresh new take on a classic appetizer. We're doing some pâté, baby. Now this is no ordinary pâté. We're gonna funk it up today with a variety of superfoods and Indian spices. Oh yes, it's a Indian style curried pâté for that bottom. Now, the base of our pâté is going to start with our organic, unpasteurized Italian almonds. These almonds are soaked. So by soaking your brown skin nuts like almonds, you're removing the enzyme inhibitor, which makes them more easily digestible and also makes them crunchier and tastier. Pretty good combo, wouldn't you say? So we're gonna add our heaping 2 cups of our soaked, unpasteurized almonds to our food processor. Next, we're gonna add 1 cup of rough chopped celery and 1.5 cups of rough chopped carrots to our food processor as well. So now, our first stage of processing, we're gonna do a little rock the baby and give it about 20 seconds for the nuts and the vegetables to incorporate into a nice fine meal. Check it out. Looking good. You can see the consistency here is kind of like a nice, chunky, dare I say it, almost ground beef style here. But you can see that there's a nice, small chunkage going on, and that's exactly the consistency we want before we add our spices and our fats and emulsifiers. Our next ingredient is our extra virgin cold pressed olive oil. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons. Now, next up is 1 full avocado. Now this is kind of like the secret weapon here in the pâté, other than all of the great Indian spices we'll be adding. But by adding avocado, we just increase that really creamy, authentic pâté consistency. So I talked about soaking the almonds and removing the enzyme inhibitor. So what I do is I like to rinse the almonds first so they're clean. And then after soaking them, I have clean, fresh soak water. It's basically water infused with almond flavor. And I like to add a little bit of that to help my food processor process the pâté. So maybe about a half cup of your almond soak water to your mixing bowl. Now process again for a second time to incorporate the olive oil and the avocado. Perfect. Now, if you check this consistency out, family, we've got a nice balance of creaminess and chunkiness at the same time. So I ended up adding a full cup of the fresh almond soak water, and we've got just a nice, perfect pâté consistency. So at this point, let's add our spices. The first spice we're gonna add in our Indian curry pâté is cold extracted turmeric. This is one of the world's most potent anti-inflammatories. Next up, we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of organic garlic powder. Then we've got 2 teaspoons of our organic ground cumin. Then we're doing 1 teaspoon of our ground cardamom. You drop cardamom on me, baby. Now, this next step, y'all, is not for the faint of heart or faint of fart. We're gonna do 1 full teaspoon of our organic cayenne pepper, baby. So if you like your pâté spicy, do it. Also add a half teaspoon of ground cloves, and they'll be flocking in droves for this pâté. Of course, we've got to salt our pâté, so add 2 teaspoons of Himalayan crystal salt. All right, so our last and third processing step, we're ready to rock. Here we go. Wow, and look at that. That is a dynamic color. That is such a beautiful, it's like a orangey, creamsicle, amazing Indian color here, where I think right there, that turmeric and those Indian spices gave it such a dynamic color palette. I think it's ready for a taste. Here we go, down the hatch. That's delish. Ooh, and it's got some kick. Okay, y'all, I wanna make one very important point here. If it's a little too spicy for you, because, you know, as J-Wro, you guys know I love it spicy, I would suggest adding a little bit more avocado to help balance out the spice level, or maybe start with a little more almonds at the beginning. Either way, if it's too spicy for you with that teaspoon of cayenne pepper, you can definitely adjust the recipe to your particular taste buds. So now take your pâté and the coolest lip-shaped serving dish you can have, it kind of looks like a pair of lips, and spoon out your pâté like so. Just arrange it right in the middle. So now that we've created Pâté Mountain, we're gonna add a little vegetable crudité, some chopped carrot sticks, and some chopped celery. And then as our final step for a little extra protein boost and heart healthiness to our recipe, a sprinkle of our organic raw hemp seeds on top. Now this Indian style almond pâté is super easy to make. It keeps for 3 days in a covered container in the fridge, and it's really the perfect appetizer for your next party or potluck, doc. So if you guys loved my recipe video here today, leave me a thumbs up here below, and also give me a comment, what's your favorite party food? And maybe I'll do up a raw vegan version here on the J-Wro show for y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go find some friends to help me scale Mount Pâté here. Have a great, amazing, phenomenal day, and I will catch you guys soon. Peaches.